Hi, my name is Allivia Sauer. I'm a relationship manager for insurance with AFSC. My job with insurance helps farmers create or gives them business risk management tools for their operation. So for the business risk management tool, my biggest one is the insurance, the crop insurance, protecting them from production loss, whether that be from like hail or drought or Richardson ground squirrel, anything, gophers, grasshoppers, we cover that production loss. So that is essentially the risk on a big thing for annual crops, same thing for your perennials, your pasture and your hay. And then the other side of it would be kind of bringing in the agri-stability, which is a whole farm tool that covers more than just your crop loss. So if you had a cattle loss or something that way, you could bring that tool into it to cover your whole revenue basis. For the most part, we're in the office in the insurance role. A lot of it is on an as-needed basis. So they would come in to talk with us whether they want to go with the perennial pasture insurance or hay insurance in a year, or talked about their crop insurance. There has been times where I have gone out to a farmer's field if he's just really hard to get a hold of, that something needs to happen. I'll make a trip out of town if I need a day out of the office or something. But for the most part, it's in office, and it has that kind of setting so we can get things done and change them on a timely basis rather than being out there having to come back in and and everything. So I grew up in agriculture. We moved out to rural Alberta when I was about 3 years old, and my mom married someone who had been involved with a farm. So I was immersed right into it from the get-go and just grew up with cattle and farming and have done it since I was little. So I was born into it basically. So originally, growing up with the cattle, I thought I was going to be a veterinarian, got all of the schooling done, had really good grades, got in there, and then said, 7 years of schooling after this doesn't really sound that great. So I started with the agribusiness diploma out of Lakeland College. And from there, I took a gap year and kind of just wasn't really sure where I was going, had finished that, might have gone into crop technology or something that way, but ended up just taking a full gap year, working on the farm, doing some work experience in that. And then I applied to the university transfer program for the agribusiness degree out of the University of Saskatchewan and finished that with a field crop production minor. So from there, with the work experience every summer, was definitely agriculture based. I was doing a lot of research trials and small plot trials, and so I was really in the agronomy side of things, which gave me knowledge on that. And then looking forward and going through post-secondary, there's always job boards that you're looking at, and then seeing AFSC as a familiar name was definitely something that drew me to it, where it's not necessarily boots on the ground with the crop. It was still something that would have longevity and purpose with the production of crops. What I appreciate most about my job is probably the connection to the farmers and having those conversations. And when somebody comes in and they have something to hand in, there's always probably 20 minutes of that is just talking about what's going on out there and how crops are doing depending on the season. Interpersonal and communication skills are a huge part of the job. Like being able to talk about our policies and our products that we have to offer in a clear and concise way that the farmers are going to understand is a huge asset to this role. And then just being warm and welcoming is a big one. My biggest advice for anyone is to just say yes. Within boundaries, like you don't want to do something that's going to put you in danger, but of course, like if somebody says, hey, do you want to come shadow me for this? Just, yeah, sure, when and where. Like, have that openness and willingness to try new things and learn new things.